Oh, first of all, Tim, what is the Portland Jazz Workshop?
Well, the Portland Jazz Workshop initially started out as the Portland Jazz Co-op. It was just a little Facebook page I created and invited all the jazz musicians in town to join. And we had a few meetings, discussed what we wanted our goals to be. And then things kind of sizzled along for a while without a lot of action. And about a month ago, David Valdez played a gig here at Michelle's Pianos and said, Tim, I think I found a space that would be useful for the workshop. And we changed our name to the Workshop.
Workshop, yes.
Sounds cooler, right?
Because of Mingus, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so we came down here and checked out the space, and it's really beautiful. There's great pianos, and we're going to have our first show a week from Saturday.
So are you going to be having regular shows on a regular basis?
Yeah, the plan right now is to have a show in December as well, and then twice a month after the New Year.
Wow.
So we'll see how it goes.
It's a new venue.
If the first two shows tank, who knows?
But it's a new venue. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, considering, what's happened over the past few months with venues closing. Yeah. Will you be serving alcohol here?
We will be. It'll be based on a donation policy.
Yeah.
We can't legally charge for it.
Well, there's an incentive.
Even if you don't like music, come on down and have a few drinks.
And hang out, right? Because jazz musicians are so fascinating to hang out with when they're not talking about music. Okay, so the first show is a very interesting one. Tell us about that.
Billy Mintz Quartet.
Billy Mintz is one of those guys that nobody knows except musicians.
Yes, he's very well known within the jazz world.
Yeah,
he's kind of an underground figure, I'd say, and.
This is a great opportunity for people who are not musicians to discover this guy finally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant musician, very, very unique drummer.
What makes him unique?
Just the way he plays the drums. He reminds me a lot of Paul Motion. It's a very spur-of-the-moment approach. He plays very softly, which is not something you always hear drummers doing.
Like never?
Pretty much, yeah. And he's
so no cowbell, is that what you're saying?
I don't know. He might have a cowbell. And he's had a long-running relationship with John Gross, who is one of my favorite tenor saxophonists. And he's an unsung hero in the jazz world.
Not on Oregon Music News. We have sung John Gross many times.
John Gross.
He's a giant.
Yeah, he's a giant. He's one of the greats. He's very influential among saxophone players in Portland and beyond.
Wrote the book.
I know. Yeah, he wrote a book on multiphonics.
Yes.
Pretty incredible. And Tony Malaby counts him as one of his major influences. So Billy and John have had a duo project for years, and this quartet as well with Roberta Pickett and Putter Smith.
Now, tell us about those, because they're also pretty unfamiliar names.
Yeah, Roberta is a New York City pianist, and she's married to Billy, actually. And Putter is like a Los Angeles legend.
Yeah.
He's been around and played with everybody. And I heard a rumor that he was moving up here a while back from John, I think, but that hasn't come to fruition as of yet. But yeah, so it should be a great show, really. I would say cutting edge improvised music. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds great. I mean, those are names that people, I think people have only heard. I think people have heard their names, but maybe, more people know John Gross. Let's put it that way, because he plays out. He plays out regularly.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And because of his work with Frischberg, which is totally different from anything else.
Yeah. Trio with Charlie Doggett. Yeah.
So are you going to have a gig here?
Sometime maybe in the far off future. My group's got a new album in the can, and we're mixing it.
Really?
So perhaps in the spring or summer if we ever
Great. And
get around to
who,
releasing.
who's on that one this time?
It's the same group: David Goldblatt, Charlie Doggett, and Bill Athens.
Yeah. Is this Super Jazzers Volume 2?
It is. Yes.
Hey, there you go.
And yeah, we're working on the December lineup.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to say any names yet until it's
Oh,
solid.
man.
But it's going to be a good one.
Man,
And,
what a tease.
We'll see how it goes.
What a tease. So this isn't really replacing clubs.
No, not yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're hoping that if it goes well, that we'll be able to eventually have our own space and present music on a nightly basis, maybe 5 nights a week or something.
That's a lofty goal.
It is, but starting out with something small like this and seeing if it grows is a lot safer than going all out and,
Are Ryan Mars involved in your group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, myself and Ryan have been doing a lot of the work in the past 6 months, and David Valdez,
Yeah.
Todd Bishop is doing some website stuff. We're going to have a new website up pretty soon.
Good. Now that Ryan's not distracted by the World Series.
Yeah. His Giants won.
His Giants won, yes, yes, so this is a great thing. This is it's just something that certainly is needed here. And
I think so.
yeah, and so we're looking forward to the gig and to your album, which is when, in the spring?
In the spring, we're mixing it, and that's a slow process for us. So, when that's done, we'll pop it on some
How
CDs.
will it advance Volume 1?
Well, we went into a really nice studio this time. Last time we recorded in David Goldblatt's basement studio, and I think we got pretty good results with the sound, but this, we went to, I can't even remember the name of the studio right now.
It's all right.
We went to a real studio
Yeah.
out in the woods and spent 2 days recording.
Billy
with-
Oskey? Big Red?
No, not Big
Okay,
Red.
all right.
Supernatural,
Oh, yeah, okay.
forgive me,
yeah,
out in Oregon City.
Uh-huh.
And, they have great equipment and sound, so I think sonically this will be a lot better album. And more eclectic, a lot of different types of music.
What types, for instance?
Oh, there's more,
You're not doing Spice Girls, are you?
well, there's more,
We won't hear the theme from the Love Boat,
there's some
right?
straight ahead swing stuff, which really wasn't part of the last album, and there's some totally free stuff where David's playing the inside of the piano and some percussion instruments and some kind of world music influence stuff. And, there's more contributions from the other band members compositionally. Charlie Doggett wrote a beautiful tune. Bill's got a few tunes. So.
Well, that's exciting. This is good. Congratulations on this new space, and best of luck.
Well, thank you, Tom. Thanks a lot for having me on your website. Really appreciate it.